You're standing in the grocery store holding a plastic box of fruit that traveled further last week than most folks travel in a year, and it tastes like the journey. The peaches are hard as baseballs, the berries cost $5 a handful, and the bananas went brown before you got them home. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a voice saying, "I'd grow my own fruit if I had the land." Well, I want you to stop and think about this for a minute, because that voice is wrong. You don't need acres. You need a porch, 10 fruit trees, every one of them thriving in a pot, producing more fruit than a family can eat. And one of them pays for itself the very first season. I found this out the way I find out most things. The old way, watching. On our place, the orchard is out past the barn like you'd expect. But on Rebecca's porch, there's a second orchard that most visitors walk right past without noticing. A lemon tree by the door that perfumes the whole porch when it blooms. Figs in old wash tubs. A blueberry bush in a barrel that gives us pies all summer. Strawberries spilling out of containers along the steps. Folks drive out to see our orchard and never realize they walk through the middle of the second one to get to the door. And I'll tell you what Rebecca tells them when they finally notice. The porch orchard feeds you while the real orchard sleeps. Container fruit ripens earlier, suffers less, and sits 10 steps from the kitchen. Let me show you all 10 of them. Let me tell you who I am, for the folks just joining. My name is Jacob Miller. I'm an Amish farmer out in the Holmes County settlement here in Ohio, and my wife is Rebecca. We grow food the old way, and growing fruit in containers is older than you'd think. The wealthy estates of Europe kept potted orangeries 200 years ago, whole citrus groves in wooden boxes wheeled into the sun in spring and undercover in winter. They had ballrooms and servants. You have a porch and a bucket. The way is the same way. Before we get into it, if you like learning the old ways of doing things, do 2 small things for me. Tap that like button down there. It helps this little channel more than you'd ever guess. And subscribe so you can keep learning right alongside Rebecca and me. That's all I'll ask of you, friend. Now, the porch orchard, all 10 trees, counted down to the one that surprises everyone, plus a bonus at the end that makes every tree on this list grow better. Stay with me now. Number 10, the pomegranate, the indestructible one. Pomegranate in a pot sounds fancy, but these trees are practically unkillable. You want the dwarf varieties, Nana or State Fair, because unlike most fruit trees that want to spread their roots wide, pomegranates carry a naturally compact root system. They're perfectly happy in a 15 to 20 gallon container. And here's the frugal trick. Those big food-grade buckets that restaurants and bakeries throw out are exactly that size. Ask nicely, and your pomegranate pot is free. Once established, one tree gives you 15 to 30 fruits a season. Deep red arrows, that sweet tart flavor. At store prices, that's $50 to $75 a year, saved. And established comes fast, because a pomegranate doesn't sulk after planting the way fussier trees do. Give it the sunniest spot on the porch. It comes from dry country, and it wants to bake a little. But here's my favorite part. Pomegranates are drought-tolerant once established. Forget to water for a few days, and they forgive you. For busy folks and new gardeners, that forgiveness is worth more than the fruit. A tree that survives your mistakes is the tree that teaches you to garden, because you'll still be gardening next year. Number 9, the fig that loves its cage. Most people don't know this. Figs actually prefer being slightly root-bound. Every other tree on this list tolerates the pot. The fig is the one that chooses it. In open ground, a fig throws all its strength into roots and wood and gives you a leafy giant with a handful of fruit. Constrain the roots, and the tree redirects everything into figs. It answers the cage with more fruit earlier in the season. The old Mediterranean growers knew this. They planted figs against stone walls and in rocky pockets on purpose. Look for Petite Negra or Chicago Hardy, varieties bred to crop heavily in confined spaces. A single container fig can produce over 100 fruits in one season. And here's the magic. Figs fruit on new growth. That means if winter kills your tree back in a cold climate, it comes back in spring and still fruits that same year. Almost no other fruit tree does that. Lose a peach to a hard winter, and you've lost the year's crop with it. And the genius trick. During fruiting season, let the tree dry out slightly between waterings. That mild stress concentrates the sugars until the figs taste like candy. Store figs run $6 to $8 for a tiny box, if you can even find good ones, and yours will make them taste like cardboard. Rebecca keeps 2 tubs of them, and August on our porch is just fig season with a house attached. Number 8, blueberries that actually work. Blueberries fail in most gardens for one reason only. They're picky about soil. They need it acidic, between 4.5 and 5. 5 pH in regular garden soil and regular potting mix won't cut it. But in a container, you control the soil completely. Mix your potting soil with peat moss or buy the azalea and rhododendron mix, and suddenly you're growing blueberries better than a commercial farm, because the farm can't tailor its field, and you can tailor your pot. Varieties like Top Hat or Peach Sorbet stay under 3 feet tall, give you gorgeous fall color, and produce 3 to 5 pounds of berries a season per bush. Organic blueberries run $5 to $7 a pound. One plant pays for itself the first year, and a bush kept happy lives and gives for many years. And the container makes them movable. More sun, roll them over, late frost coming, tuck them against the house. Need to adjust the soil 2 years in? You're amending a pot, not a field. Try that with an acre. This is why I tell new gardeners to start their orchard here. The blueberry teaches you the one lesson that matters most, that in a pot, you are the weather and the soil and the season, all 3. Learn to steer one bush and every other tree on this list gets easier. Number 7, the lemon that never stops. Meyer lemon is the one everybody's heard of, and it earns its fame. It's naturally semi-dwarf, but more importantly, it's everbearing. Flowers, young fruit, and ripe fruit, all on the same tree at the same time. It's like having a grocery store in a pot. One established tree gives 50 to 100 lemons a year. At $1.50 a lemon in the store, you see where this goes. Here's the part nobody talks about. Lemons in pots are easier to keep alive than lemons in the ground because you control everything. Too cold? Bring it inside to a sunny window where it sits green and cheerful all winter while the orchard sleeps outside. Pests? Isolate one container and treat it, instead of declaring war on a whole orchard. Soil? You chose what went in, and if it sours, you change a pot's worth, not a field's. And you don't need expensive citrus fertilizer, a balanced organic feed, or fish emulsion every 2 weeks in the growing season, maybe $15 a year, and the tree stays loaded. The old citrus growers will tell you the fish works better anyway. The fancy bottles are mostly marketing and a pretty label, and when it blooms, your whole porch smells like a citrus grove, that heavy, sweet orange blossom air that folks in the north only ever smelled in perfume. Rebecca's tree by the door is worth keeping for the smell alone. The lemons are the bonus. And lemonade from lemons you grew yourself in January from a tree that's standing in your front room. Friend, that is a small glass of pure victory. Number 6, dwarf peaches that over-deliver. Peaches in pots sound impossible, but varieties like Bonanza or El Dorado were bred for container life. They stay 5 to 6 feet tall, they're self-pollinating, no second tree needed, no partner required, one tree does the whole job, and they produce full-size peaches that taste better than anything in a store. Because store peaches are picked underripe to survive the truck, and yours ripen on the tree. A peach picked hard can soften on the counter, but it can never sweeten. The sugar stops the day it's picked. That's the whole secret of the store peach's disappointment, right there. Yours sweetened to the last hour, the juice running down your chin. That's what this is all about. One dwarf peach gives 20 to 40 full-sized peaches a season, with organic peaches at $3 to $4 a pound. And the container flips the script on stone fruit's fussy reputation. You can protect it from late frosts, the great killer of peach crops, the cold April night that takes the whole year's blossom, just by moving the pot against the house wall or throwing a sheet over it. You control the environment, and you can throw a net over it in minutes if birds find it. Try netting a 15-foot orchard tree. Now the trick that feels wrong, but works. Thinning. When baby fruits form, remove about half of them. The tree has a budget of sugar and strength, and it will spend it on 40 small sour peaches or 20 big sweet ones, but it lets you choose. The remaining peaches grow bigger, sweeter, and the tree stays healthy instead of exhausting itself. It feels like throwing away fruit. It's actually buying size and sugar. Every orchardist learns it with a wince and then never skips it again. Number 5, cherries without the ladder. Dwarf pie cherries, Romeo or Juliet, are bulletproof, and in a container they solve the cherry grower's oldest heartbreak: the birds. When your cherry tree is in a pot on the patio, you throw bird netting over it in 5 minutes. Over a 20-foot orchard tree? Can't be done. The birds win every year. In the pot, you win. A mature container cherry gives 10 to 15 pounds of fruit a season, enough for fresh eating, pies, jam, and the freezer. With store cherries at $8 to $10 a pound in season, that's over $100 of fruit every year from a pot. And pie cherries, the Romeo and Juliet kind, make the best eating anyway in my book. A little tart, a lot of flavor, the kind of cherry that built the American pie. And before the fruit even comes, the tree earns its keep. Clouds of pink and white blossom in early spring, when the rest of the porch is still waking up. Ornamental and productive. Even the non-gardeners in your life will approve. A tree that feeds the eyes in April and the family in July is doing 2 jobs for 1 pot of soil. Number 4, the apple that fits anywhere. Columnar apples are like something out of science fiction. The tree grows straight up, barely any side branches, topping out at 8 to 10 feet tall but only 2 feet wide. Varieties like North Pole or Golden Sentinel, full-sized, crisp, juicy apples on a tree that takes up the space of a small shrub. You can line 3 or 4 of them along a small balcony and pick fresh apples from late summer through fall, 15 to 25 per tree. The savings add up differently here because apples store. Pick in September and October. Keep them somewhere cool, a cellar shelf, a cold garage, an unheated spare room, and you're eating your own fresh apples through December, maybe January. Months of savings, not weeks, at $3 to $4 a pound for organic. That storability is the apple's old claim to the cellar crown. Before refrigeration, the apple was winter fruit, and a columnar tree on a balcony plugs you straight back into that old security, and a small tree is an inspectable tree. You can check every inch in minutes and catch any pest early. A sticky patch here, a curled leaf there, dealt with before it's a problem. On a full-sized apple tree, you can't even see the top branches, let alone doctor them. The orchardist sprays blind. You inspect by eye over morning coffee. Number 3, strawberries, reimagined. Now, technically strawberries aren't trees, but this might be the most productive container fruit situation you can create, so it belongs here. Everbearing varieties fruit fast, within months of planting, and keep producing from late spring through fall, not one big flush and done like the June bearers. One container with 6 to 8 plants gives you fresh berries nearly daily at peak season. Store berries run $5 to $7 a pound, and they're bred for shipping. Firm, pale, and patient. Yours are bred for taste, picked at perfect ripeness, and eaten within minutes. Once you've had a homegrown strawberry warm from the sun, the store kind becomes almost insulting. I have watched grown men close their eyes over a warm strawberry. I have never watched one do it over the plastic box. And here's the beautiful system: succession. Strawberry plants wear out after a few years, but before they do, they send out runners, baby plants on stems, rooting wherever they touch soil. Snip the best, pot them up, and the old plants retire, replaced by their own children. Free plants forever after the first purchase. It's the only entry on this list that reproduces itself on the porch. Stack containers vertically, use hanging baskets, build a strawberry tower. Pound for pound, no fruit on this list gives you more from less space. Number 2, the avocado that actually fruits. People think I'm crazy on this one, but hear me out. Dwarf varieties, Wurtz, Little Cato, genuinely fruit in containers. 20 to 30 avocados a year from a mature tree at $5 to $8 a piece in the store, and that's if you can find good ones, which half the year you can't. Yes, there's a price: patience. 3 to 4 years before significant fruiting, and there's no talking them out of it. But you'll be buying avocados those years anyway. The only question is whether a tree is growing while you do it. The years pass either way, friend. Plant the tree, and at the end of them you have an avocado tree. Don't plant it, and at the end of them you have receipts. The secrets are drainage and patience, a well-draining mix, no overwatering, and time. The dwarf varieties are self-pollinating. One tree is enough. And here's the payoff that puts it at number 2. A potted avocado can live and produce for 20+ years. Do the math. Thousands of dollars of organic avocados from one tree. And because it's in a container, folks in marginal climates bring it inside for cold snaps and grow avocados where avocados can't grow. Number 1, the banana trick. Here's the surprise at the top of the list. Dwarf bananas are the ultimate container fruit. Dwarf Cavendish or Super Dwarf will produce full-size bananas in a pot, faster than almost anything else here. Fruit within 18 months to 2 years. Bananas aren't trees, technically. They're giant herbaceous perennials, a grass with ambitions. But a single container plant gives you 50 to 100 bananas in one harvest cycle, a bunch weighing 20 to 40 pounds. Cutting your own bunch off the plant, the whole heavy armload of it at once. That is genuinely one of the coolest things you'll ever do as a gardener, and nobody forgets the first time. They're tropical, so in cold climates you bring the pot inside for winter. It goes semi-dormant in a bright room, then back out when it's warm. The container is what makes a banana harvest possible in Ohio. The pot is the passport, and the bonus, after the main stem fruits it dies back, but it sends up new shoots, called pups, right from the base. Pot those up and you have more banana plants, for yourself, for friends, or to sell, because banana plants are in demand. One plant becomes a grove. Folks pay good money for a started pup, and yours cost you nothing but a pot and a scoop of soil. And now the bonus that makes every tree on this list grow better: mulch. 2 to 3 inches of wood chips or straw on top of the soil in every container. It looks like a small thing. It's the difference maker. 3 things happen. The soil temperature steadies, cooler roots in summer, warmer in winter, and roots hate surprises more than they hate almost anything. The moisture holds. You water less, the tree stresses less, and the pot forgives a forgotten day. And the mulch slowly breaks down and feeds the tree organic matter, free fertilizer that arrives by itself, a spoonful at a time, all season. And the wood chips are free too. Call a tree service company and ask. Most will give you all you can carry. They're paying to get rid of them. The old-timers would call that a fair trade. I started mulching my containers seriously a few years back, and the trees answered like they'd been waiting for it. Deeper green, steadier growth, more fruit, 2 inches of chips. That's the whole trick, and almost nobody talks about it. Now here's where it all comes together. 10 trees, 1 porch, pomegranate in a free bucket, figs that love the root-bound life, blueberries in tailored acid soil, an everbearing lemon by the door, thinned peaches, netted cherries, columnar apples along the railing, strawberries in towers, a patient avocado, and a banana that becomes a grove. All of it under 2 inches of free mulch. No acres, no orchard ladder, just pots, sun, and the old way of working with what you have. So let me be straight with you about the title, the way I always am. The Amish Porch Orchard. I won't claim my grandfather grew bananas on an Ohio porch. He didn't. But the way is old. Dwarf trees in containers, wheeled to the sun, nursed through winter, fed by their own mulch. The orangeries did it 200 years ago, and Rebecca's porch does it today. The way is old. The porch is yours. And the honest math, because it deserves a hard look. 1 Meyer lemon at $1.50 each, 50 to 100 a year. That's up to $150 every year, from 1 pot by the door. Blueberries paying for themselves in year 1 and giving for a decade after. Cherries at $100 a season, every season. Strawberries replacing themselves with free runners until the first plants are the only ones you ever bought. An avocado tree paying you for 20 years on a 4-year wait. Even the banana, the cheapest fruit in the store, pays you in pups you can sell. The trees cost a little at the start. A pot, a plant, a bag of soil. After that, the orchard is free, and it fits between the door and the steps. Now set that beside the grocery receipt from the opening of this video, the $5 berries, the baseball peaches, and ask which of the two is the expensive way to eat fruit. So here's what I'd have you do this week. Pick one, just one. If you're new to this, make it the blueberry in the azalea mix, Or the everbearing strawberries because they forgive and they fruit fast. And a first success is worth more than a grand plan. One pot, one plant, one season of paying attention to it. Checking the soil with a finger, learning its thirst, watching what the sun does to it through the day. That's how every orchard in history started, with one tree and somebody patient enough to water it. The 10-tree porch begins as a one-tree porch every single time. And bring the little ones in on it. A child who picks a warm strawberry off the porch steps learns something no grocery store can teach. Fruit has a birthplace, and it can be 10 steps from your kitchen. Plant that idea young, and it grows for life. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which tree starts your porch orchard? The lemon, the fig, the banana? Tell me down in the comments. And if you're already growing fruit in pots, tell us what's thriving and what taught you a lesson. Share it with the rest of us. I read everyone. Next time, I'll show you why the Amish never rototill their soil and what they do instead that leaves the ground richer every single year. It belongs right alongside everything you learned today. Until then, look at your porch differently. It's not a porch, friend. It's an orchard that hasn't been planted yet. Waste nothing, plant something, and grow more than you need, so you can share the harvest with the people you love.